Howdy brewers. Well, the year in review. It's been a year, give it plus or minus a few days, since my first video, and as you know, we did the brew it yourself challenge, and so I wanted to just go over a few of the things, the top 3 learning points I had, plus 3 other points. So the 3 biggest things I think I learnt this year was, one, I can really cut down, for ales, I can really cut down my brew day with a 30-minute boil. It's plenty of time, you get plenty of bitterness, you have to use only a slight amount more hops, especially with the sort of American styles that I like to brew, and that's with so all your bittering and flavour hops are sort of done during that time. I'm getting my flavour, I'm getting my bittering out of my flavour hops, is what I'm trying to say. Sparge water pH. If you can get your sparge water pH, I use citric acid or star sand or phosphoric acid. I get my sparge water to about 6 to 6.5, and my mash efficiency has been north of 85% ever since I've started doing that. Some of you experienced brewers might think that's obvious. For me it wasn't, and it's not in any of the brew books that I've got. And the last one is the yeast lifespan and performance. So the my red grapefruit IPA, that I just can't believe that yeast that I used is more than 14 months old, and it brought a beer that was 1076 starting gravity down to 1010 in 7 days. If it had been fresh, it might have got it down in 5 days. I'm not sure, but that was just incredible for me, because it means that if I haven't used my yeast for 6 months or so in the fridge, if I give it a small starter, a litre or a litre and a half starter, then it's going to be fine, it'll perform fine. And in terms of performance, well, I'm a critic of the American Ale 2 yeast. The beers I've brewed this year with it have been disappointing, and when I've brewed those beers with US 05 or 1056, the hops just come to the party. It's the same grain bill, the same water. The only thing different is the yeast, and I put it down to the American Ale 2, just stripping all the flavour from it. Some of the other points. Okay, check your cohumulone levels of your hops. Anything that is greater than 30 is going to give you a really high perceived bitterness, with some of them even bordering on puckering bitterness if you use them as a bittering hop. So stick to them. A small amount in your flavour additions, but more so like flame out hops or dry hopping. Grain father. So all up until I bought my new extension lead, my efficiency, my brewhouse efficiency, is in what I would boil off, was not what the manufacturer said I would boil off. So I bought a 15 amp extension lead, because the lead you get with the grain father is about this long, so all my beer fridges are in the way of my PowerPoints, so I need the extension lead. And now I have a normal or expected brewhouse efficiency. And the third minor point is, do not underestimate the importance of balancing your malt sweetness with your hop bitterness. But don't just think you're balancing it with like crystal malts, because they can give a sweetness and bitterness separation. Try something. If you've only ever used crystal malt for your IPAs or whatever, try and use like a light Munich, or another like a melanoidin type malt, or even a biscuit malt to give you that more of that malt depth, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. So that's the year in review. I'll be doing more of these. This is my Morgan's Australian Bitter. Went darker than I thought, but anyway, that's the way it goes. That's brewing, and cheers to it.